All right, that had a little bit of everything. John and Jim with you here on the wrap-up show. Benches clear, managers ejected. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit. The X-rays, thankfully, are negative. Shohei Ohtani hit. Robert Suarez ejected. Dodgers have the tying run at second in the ninth somehow against Yuki Matsui after a balk. And the Padres hold on, and they avoid a sweep at the hands of the Dodgers in L.A. What a series. 8 combined hit batters. And both Ohtani and Tatis again. Shildt, Roberts bumps Shildt, fireworks fly. We just heard Mike Shildt postgame. There's so much to react to. Make your way in and subscribe. Year-round content for you. Subscribe to this channel. We have year-round content for you. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on X, at Sean Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the supers. We'll get to all of them after we react. So get your supers in. We appreciate your support. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres lose the series, but they do win this game, and we'll see what it means for them moving forward. These two teams, Jim, don't face each other for 2 months. This series had everything and more, and tonight, just putting the exclamation point on that with what played out there with Mike Shildt and Dave Roberts in the 8th inning.
We were texting. This is to everybody in the chat and watching. So me and John were texting, and this was shaping up to be, easy 5-0 win. Dave Roberts pulled the white flag down 5-0 in the 8th. Like, I mean, okay. He is the only manager in baseball that I know this year that gives up, like, just straight up just gives up. Like he just
play for tomorrow.
Like and not only, it's not like they're losing 15-0, like it's like 5-0, and he just gave up. And it was like, man, this is gonna be kind of just like not a boring wrap up show, but like, hey, we got the Xander to talk about, but nothing really spicy, no spice like the first 3 games of the series. And then like 3 seconds later, Tatis gets hit. And I'm like, holy shit. And I said this, if you guys remember, I know you guys do. I said this, I think 2 nights ago. I said, if Tatis gets hit again, there's going to be a fight. Benches will clear. Like, that's like, it was a given. Tatis gets hit again. It's on. It's on. And that's exactly what happened tonight. The second he gets hit, it's like, all right, enough's enough. As Shildt said, I didn't think Dave would be the hold me back guy in this situation, but he absolutely was. And it's bullshit. If you didn't see the Mike Shildt post-game presser, he's 100% right. Whether it's intentional or not, this is now the 3rd time this year Tatis has been hit by the Dodgers. And when you unpeel the layers here, you got a guy that was called up today. He hits Tatis. Okay. Was it intentional? Probably not. But at the same time, enough's enough. It's bullshit. I mean, Tatis has been hit way too much by the Dodgers in particular to just like be like, oh, we'll move on. It wasn't intentional. It's fine. No, fuck that. And absolutely, Shilty, you get your 2 cents in, and yeah, fuck you, Dave. Like, don't give me that shit. If Ohtani was hit as much as Fernando Tatis Jr. has been hit by the Dodgers, Dave would literally have like an aneurysm for how much he would be yelling on the field, acting like a clown.
Well, I mean, if you reverse the situation, if Ohtani was hit first, 100%, I mean,
yeah,
Roberts would have raced over to the Padres dugout, regardless of whether there's intent or not. So that's basically does justify Mike Shildt's actions. How could you not? If you're Mike Shildt, I'm with you on that. I don't know if there's intent. The guy's making his major league debut. My guess is there probably isn't, but that doesn't matter. It's not about intent in that situation because of the way this is all played out. Shoot, Trevino today was pitching up and in again on Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, they really, really pitch him in for whatever reason. And then Shildt postgame, one thing that he said that was interesting to me when he started it, he said, I'll tell you this, we have respect for them. I can't speak for them in regards to respect for us. And the way I watch all this play out, I think they have no respect for the Padres.
I don't think so.
And maybe that's for a whole nother conversation. And maybe that is because of how it's played out here. Look at what happened last year in the postseason. This is a new year. But I mean, if anyone thinks this isn't a rivalry, I mean, just look no further than these 4 games. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable the way these games play out. And I'm glad that Mike Shildt finally has done something about the situations with some of his, top players like Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr., who's mired in a 20-game streak in which he has not homered, needs the support of his manager. And they cannot allow like carte blanche, just this got to be hit each and every game by LA. So thankfully the Padres win this game. Thankfully Tatis hopefully is going to be all right and not going to miss any time. They play tomorrow night against Kansas City. I think there's a chance that Dave Roberts does get a suspension out of this. I mean, he did shove Mike Shildt. I think there's a shot he gets a suspension out of this. I don't know what Dave Roberts has to say about it. I haven't heard from him. Shildt was hot. He was heated post-game. You could tell it was still obviously front and center, top of mind. And we'll see what this means for the Padres moving forward. They needed a win, Jim. This reminded me of last June 19th in Philadelphia. They just needed a win. And they beat a good pitcher in Yamamoto today. They beat a good pitcher a year ago. They needed a win. What happens now? This was obviously a massive moment in time, and now they got to take advantage of it moving forward. But, yeah, I thought that I tweeted immediately because I did think it was. I thought it was Bush League by the Dodgers. I'm sure people would say it would be Bush League by the Padres if they did the opposite and hit Ohtani first. So I thought it was Bush League by the Dodgers.
Yeah, and look, Suarez hitting Ohtani, 100% intentional. And you know what? At this point, it's like it's everything's fair game right now. Everything it's if you hit our guy, we're hitting your guy. Like that's now the mandate going forward with these two teams. It doesn't matter who hits who first. You hit our guy, we're hitting your guy. End of discussion. And it was a 3-0 pitch, so of course, hey, I'm going to walk him probably anyway. I don't want to give him something to hit down the middle, so fuck it. I'm just going to throw at him.
Yep.
He knew it. We all knew it. Everybody knew it. And so, yeah, the Dodgers, I was looking back to see, I'm not going to say who started it, but who got hit first. And Tatis was the first person in this series last 7 days or 7 games to get hit. And it was in the 11-1 game. It was an 11-1 game last Tuesday night. Tatis got hit, right? Yep. And then you get to Dodger Stadium. Pages gets hit on Monday. Tatis gets hit on Tuesday. And then he gets hit tonight. So that's 3 times. And now it's all fair game. I don't want to hear any bitching and complaining from any Dodgers fans about, oh, you guys threw at Ohtani. Yeah, they did. Of course they did, because the Dodgers hit Tatis once again. And the thing with hitting players, and hopefully this does not turn out to be the case here with Tatis, but like, what if Tatis broke his hand there? All because Dave Roberts puts in a guy making his major league debut that has no command. Man, you cannot throw a guy out there that's just having no command. And by the way, too, I said that Dave Roberts gave up. He loves just giving up in games. I don't think it was a coincidence. He took out who he took out, down 5-0.
Maybe, but I mean, Ohtani stayed in the game.
He did,
but I think if there's a player you're gonna, I agree. I think they just wave the white flag. I just don't think they care. It's like the way he manages these games, like that 11-1 game throwing Kike out there. And I think it's a bad way to manage. I think I don't like the look at all. But as I said last week, it's like the unfortunate part is oftentimes they get the last laugh in those situations. Leaving Ohtani out there, that was ripe for that situation to present itself. Thank the Lord the Dodgers didn't. I mean, they were single away from tying this game. Dude, and they were a home run away from winning it. So thank the Lord the Padres found a way to win this game and just get out of LA with a win and maybe something to take with them into what you've been talking about, 16 games, 16 of their last 22 at home. You couldn't afford falling 7 games out in the division. So it was a game you had to have. I think the Padres treated it the way that they should have treated it. I mean, that's all I can say about it. Remember what I said yesterday? You said the same thing, I think. I thought it was done after game 2. I really did. Yeah. The only thing I said that could open the door is a lopsided score. Now, this wasn't lopsided, but the way the Dodgers treated the game, it opened up the possibility for theatrics because they weren't trying to win the game. So you could hit Tatis. What does it matter? And the Padres had an opportunity to return the favor on Ohtani. But I was surprised it carried over, and I blame the Dodgers for it. I really do. I blame the Dodgers for that, the fact that it carried over. And we'll see what happens 2 months from now. But I mean, this is a fascinating back and forth. It really is. We'll see where these two teams go from here, Jim, because this is not just going to end on this random Thursday night in Los Angeles. This might just be beginning here in 2025.
So I'm curious, and I've been looking while you've been talking there, and I haven't seen any quotes from Dave Roberts yet, but I'm curious. I want to know what Dave has to say. Is he going to be a little bitch and complain, or is he going to be like Mike Shildt was and, take some ownage there? Again, any Dodger fans watching like, well, why didn't you guys take ownage for hitting Ohtani the other night? Because you can't say you hit somebody on purpose, because then you're automatically suspended, morons. So again, we know what this is. If you know baseball, the last couple times Ohtani have been hit, that's the code red, because the Dodgers have hit Fernando Tatis Jr. And pretty simple. Okay. And it's, it's not like it's, Yoshinobu Yamamoto or Clayton Kershaw or Dustin May hitting guys. It's a bunch of nobodies on the Dodgers hitting dudes. Like, that's even worse. Just the whole thing is such bush league from Dave Roberts, not taking any accountability, not, realizing what's happening in the moment. The fact that, he knows this is the third time this year that they've hit Tatis. Okay. I know that Mike Shildt said, what was it, the fifth time overall, sixth time overall that Tatis has been hit by the Dodgers?
He's been hit 6 times in his career, but it's more recent. It's about the 3 times in the last 7 games to me.
Right.
Because that's half of his career hit by pitches by LA.
Yeah. So again, the second Tatis got hit tonight, whether it was intentional or not, it's on, man. It is 100% on. And if you argue it, you look like a fucking clown, because you have to realize the moment and understand, yeah, that's bullshit. But like you said, I agree with you. The Dodgers, they just don't care. Dave Roberts doesn't care.
I don't think they care. And I don't even know what I mean by it, but I truly believe it. As in, I hate to put it this bluntly, like, the Padres are treating this game like a game they need to win, which they should be doing. I mean, they're chasing this game down in the 4th inning. I mean, they're going to Adrian Morejon. I mean, they're pitching this game like it's a playoff game because they need to win the game. And then you've got your opponent going about it like it's a freaking exhibition game in the Cactus League, which is a little odd. And you're going to take I mean, think about this, Jim. The 2 Padres wins in the 7 games, the Dodgers will waved white flags in both of them.
They gave up.
That's so bizarre in a rivalry to do that. And I am critical of the Dodgers for doing it, but I don't even know what to make of it. It's like that, you know what everyone's going to say here in the chat that's a Dodger fan is, well, it's just a random series in June and you guys are treating it like the World Series. Like, well, I mean, I would say, well, yeah, the Padres are trying to win the game. And the funny thing is, who knows if that's true or not? I mean, again, the Dodgers might get the last laugh here. I have no idea. I mean, they might win 107 games. They played good baseball. They might win the World Series. I have no clue what's going to happen. But again, the way I watch it, I think it's a little bush to play the games in the manner in which they've played them when they go down. It's like, oh, we're going to take our ball and go home. We're losing. We don't even care anymore. I think that alone is kind of bush league. But I don't even know what that says. I really don't know what that says, other than, I don't know. I have no idea what it says. I really don't.
Well, also too, they had a chance to win that game. The Dodgers
They didn't take out freaking Freeman and Betts. They probably did win the game.
Right. You got Betts and Freeman coming up there in the 9th inning. And instead it's Rojas and Kike Hernandez because Dave Roberts threw the white flag. Like, good job, Dave.
No sense.
Good job, Dave. Congratulations.
Were you trying to lose? Like, is that the point you're proving? We didn't want to win?
I would be livid. I would be pissed if I was a fan. I'd be like, what are we doing? You're down 5 runs with this offense? Like, huh?
And also, like, does it play well in the clubhouse to, like, go to your freaking position player in the 6th inning? You got the best offense in baseball. Does it play well with your team when you're punting on a game down 5? I mean, 5 run. How many 5-run innings? I mean, 5 is not 10. So I don't even know what to say. I'm thankful that the Padres won the game. And I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens 2 months from now. I really don't. But I do know this: Fernando Tatis Jr. hopefully is going to be okay. And I do also know this: Xander Bogaerts has come to life. 5 consecutive at bats. He's had meaningful hits. The double last night, the home run today, another extra base hit. I don't know if it's going to continue or not, but we'll absolutely take it. They need Tatis to get going. I mean, Bogaerts has put together some really good at bats over the last 2 days at Dodger Stadium. Hopefully that continues for the Padres. Some of the takeaways are Bogaerts moving forward, the state of Tatis just in general, and what happens on the other side of this. Ryan Berger was terrific in this game. Padres bullpen did enough, but yeah, Bogaerts thankfully had a good game and, you know, finished this series well, because obviously nobody's been going through it more than Xander Bogaerts.
And now I'm concerned, is Tatis going to miss time? I mean, that hit him flush on like the hamate or the hand. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was the palm too. Some people were saying the wrist, but I thought it was the palm.
Yeah, it's like I hit right here where your hamate bone is. And if you break that hamate bone, you're out for a while. Now, X-rays came back negative, so hopefully he's okay. But if he misses time, it makes this situation even worse, And like, I just can't. Like, we'll get to Xander here. Yes, I know. Like, what was Dave expecting Mike to do? What was Dave expecting after Tatis got hit again? To just like not be upset? I got like. You know what's going on, Dave. You're watching these games. You're in that dugout. Well, you're not watching when, you know, Manny throws a ball 150 miles per hour at your face and you're scared for your life. But other than that, you're watching these games. So you know this is a thing now. You've hit Tatis not once, not twice, 3 times. And this time, you're going to be taken out of the game. So, like, what do you expect, Dave? You expect the Padres to just like go about their business and not say anything and not be upset about it? Of course you do. And then you act like a bitch and you go up to Mike Shildt and you throw him a little shove, and then
forearm.
Like a little forearm, and then he's the hold me back guy. Like okay, Dave's a hold me back guy. He proved it tonight. He is a hold me back guy. And I mean, an embarrassing look for Dave.
It's a bad look.
To act like what did we do? What did we do? You know what you did, Dave. You know what you did.
Yeah, I mean, no team in this series needs more motivation, but they both have it. I mean, the Padres have all the motivation in the world. You wonder if you fast forward if the two teams are on the field again in October against each other. I mean, you part of you kind of hopes that does play out and you can go through them and get a last laugh. Oh, no, here's a point I want to make. Enough of the fucking podcast. This means too much to too many people. Yes. Enough of Mookie Betts sitting down with Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando, they're hitting you every freaking day. Jackson Merrill. Enough. This matters to a lot of people on both sides. Don't treat it like it doesn't. So I'm sick of that. Lines have been drawn. I don't want to hear that Dave Roberts called Mike Shildt and they all made up. No. This is on until it's over. Let's see how 2025 plays out. I get it. Dodgers have a 5-game lead in the division. I get it. They've got the payroll. I get it. They're probably positioned better than the Padres are as we sit here today. It's still sports. I watched 2022. We saw 2024. No one has any clue how this plays out. And yes, the Padres haven't played their best baseball recently, but the season's not over. It's June 19th. So there's a lot still in store for both of these teams. And yeah, I don't know. It's just some of it is kind of like be careful what you wish for. I don't know the game the Dodgers are trying to play. I don't know if the point this year, Jim, is, hey, listen, we're going to put our foot down because we were actually beaten up a little bit in the regular season last year, and it's not going to happen again, and this is what we're going to do to deal with it from day one. Like almost like they're trying to be like the tough guy on the block from day one and prove some points. We're gonna go after them. We're gonna pitch in on Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't know if they're trying to prove a point or not. I really don't. But if they are trying to prove a point, I don't think it's been effective. And I think ultimately it could be. We'll see. We'll see if it backfires or not.
Because here's the thing: if the Dodgers keep doing this, I'm not talking about keep beating the Padres because they keep beating the Padres, right?
They beat the Padres a lot.
Yeah, but if they keep playing this game where if and Scan said it in the postgame and he was 100% right, like their approach against Tatis is up and in. And if their pitchers are going to throw up and in. You can't miss, and you can't hit Tatis. And if you keep hitting Tatis, then it's going to keep happening to you guys as well, because like you said, the lines are drawn. The next time Tatis gets hit, it's right back to Ohtani. Sorry, that's how it is. And you know, if I'm Ohtani, I'm like, guys, can we stop hitting Tatis? Like, stop. I'm glad Ohtani, didn't escalate things, even more.
I thought he treated it well. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I thought he dealt with that situation really well. I'll be honest, because he's like, you know what? I'm just part of it. I get it. They hit me. I'm fine. Let's move on.
Right.
Like, enough. And that's where I go back to the way Roberts is managing these games. It's like they don't even I don't even know. It's just weird.
Now,
It's like
do you want to hear from Dave real quick?
What's it from?
It's from a handheld phone, so it's fine. It's from Dodgers Nation.
Okay.
Hold on. Because I see the quote here, and I'm very curious to hear what he says. Hold on, let me pull it up. All right, you see that? Hold on.
Don't as of yet. I see it down below.
All right, let me pull it up. This is ready? Here we go. Mm-hmm. This is Dave Roberts.
The other day, talking about intent versus no intent, and so I think that anyone understands that there's no intent there. And even by my reaction, I didn't feel good about Tatis, a great player, good guy, getting hit. I didn't feel good about it, and so as he comes out and he's yelling at me and staring me down, that bothers me, because to be quite frank, that's the last thing I want. I'm taking starters out of the game and, trying to, get this game over and get this kid a couple innings. And so that's why I felt, I took that personal, because I understand the game and know that I understand it doesn't feel good to get hit, but understand, again, intent versus clearly no intent.
Dave, you shut the fuck up. This is beyond intent and no intent anymore, right? We are beyond that. We are at a point that it doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. The next time Tatis got hit, it's going down. End of discussion.
His point should have been with Shildt when Shildt was all hot and bothered, which we all would have been as well. His point when he came out, he should have been like, the whole point should have been there wasn't intent. And I don't think that's what Roberts was initially saying. I think he was just upset that Shildt was coming after him. I mean, it was never going to work out well. It wasn't going to work out. Shildt was 100% in the right. Of course, Roberts is going to come out. He should never have hit Shildt. And I feel like Roberts is talking himself in circles there. Because yesterday it was, we're going to put these guys out of their misery. And then today it's let me give a couple of guys some innings off and get this game over with and just have this guy make his major league debut, which was a little bit weird as well. But again, I don't even know. I saw this quote from Manny Machado that Dennis Lin has. Machado saying post-game, let's just hope the CT scan on Fernando Tatis Jr.'s hand comes back negative. They got to pray it comes back negative tomorrow. And then he wrote by they, he meant the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So Machado has weighed in, and they're right. I mean, what? Like, imagine if, and we don't know, and hopefully it's not the case because nobody wants the alternative, but if he did break his hand, I mean, are you kidding me? You're going to break this dude's hand for what? For who? For what? With your dude making his major league debut in a game you've taken your stars out of already? What? To what? Guy's making $340 million. He's one of the faces of the sport, and you want to take him out of the game. But, John, they hit Ohtani. The way they've hit Ohtani has been completely within the bounds of how you play the game. When you retaliate, you hit a guy. You hit a guy in the thigh. You hit him in the back. But, I mean, to lose a player for potentially a half a year because of games, that's unacceptable shit is what it is. And they know they've gotten away with it. And I don't know if there was intent here today or not, but there's been intent previously along the way, and they've gotten away with it. So you can't have it both ways. You've gotten away with it before. Whether there's intent or not, it's just one too many times. It's actually too many times, truthfully.
Dude, the quote, this is like the expanded quote. They need to set a little candle up for Toddy tomorrow. and hope that everything comes back negative.
That's from Machado?
Yeah. Dude. They need to set up a little candle for Toddy tomorrow and hope everything comes back negative. It's on site
put
now.
Out a candle. What is
It's on site. If Toddy actually has a broken hand here, in 2 months when they face each other again, I don't care what the standings look like. It's on site.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't have a broken hand. Honestly,
yeah, that's the.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like as much as I want this thing to escalate to the nth degree for content wise.
yeah, like
I
you can't have that.
Don't want to see Tatis hurt at all because that just hurt the Padres. And the bigger picture here is the Padres playing better baseball and hopefully using tonight's game as like a catapult for the next 22 games up until the All-Star break, where 16 of them are at home. And instead, we're all now worrying about the health of Fernando Tatis Jr. because the Dodgers put out a pitcher who once again has no control. He's making his major league debut, hits Tatis on the hand, and now the big story coming out of tonight's game is, well, hope Toddy didn't break his hand.
They can't have it. The offense hasn't played well enough to deal with it. Merrill's out. I mean, let's just pray. Let's just pray that he's in the lineup. Let's get back to this. We're going to get to all the super chats, guys, in a moment. If you're here, subscribe. All right. We're here for nights like this, in season, out of season. So please subscribe to this channel. Please support our title sponsor, the Wrap Up Show. I know he's here tonight. He's been with us. He's been texting us tonight. And Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance has been with us since day one on the Wrap Up Show. If you have any insurance need, trust me, he's your guy. We've done business with Mark for 4 years. I've had 3 insurance policies through Mark for 4+ years. Homeowners, life, earthquake insurance. Whatever your need is, he does auto, he does home, he does renters, he does life. Click the link in the description down below. He's going to get your free quotes online, or call him. We'll talk to you about the Padres. We'll talk to you about this series, and he will save you money on your insurance. Trust me, if you ever need him, he's there for you. Great service and communication. I had to file a claim. He took care of us. So much time saved, so much money saved. So if you support this channel, get in contact with our title sponsor. Click that link in the description down below if you have any insurance need, and get in contact with Mark Nimitz at Farmers.
All his information is in that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. And you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you. Also, yes, Mark, the 4-for-4 night from Xander was because of Mark Nimitz.
Oh, that's right, because he's been doing like some secret things for Xander, right? Behind the scenes, like rubbing his head of the bobblehead.
Yep. So once again, thank Mark Nimitz for Xander Bogaerts. One of his best nights in a Padres uniform was tonight, and that's because of the one and only Mark Nimitz.
I should have given Mark the $280 million, truthfully, if that's all.
Give him the $280 million, and then he can give us a couple million, you know?
Exactly. Let's get to some of these super chats, guys. We appreciate your support of the channel. Well past 11 p.m. on this Thursday night as the Padres finally take down LA in a night filled with so much more than just the game on the field. Ishmael, thank you, man, for the first super of the night. He says, little brother, not so little, huh? Again, I'm glad they stood up for themselves. It's not about, again, the series, obviously, LA won the series. They've taken 5 of the first 7. I'm not even worried about that. I'm just worried about seeing the Padres play well. I'm glad they won this game. I thought they needed to win this game, and they did win this game. But, I mean, obviously, they're still 5 games back in the division. They still haven't won. You know, they're still losing the season series. So I don't think it's a night to go laugh in their faces like, ha, we proved you wrong. But I don't know. It's just my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, no, the thing about how the game ended tonight, and frankly, this was the other night as well when they hit Ohtani, you know, they might lose every time to the Dodgers, right?
But at least they make it interesting.
But they're not going to be bullied by the Dodgers. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, they
100%.
might be bullied as far as like in the win-loss column, but if you're going to hit our guy, we're hitting your guy. End of discussion. And if you're going to, have the benches clear, we're going to have the benches clear. We're not backing down from you. We're not going to take this shit anymore from you guys. We know we have not we, but the Padres say, we know we have a good team and we're not going to take it. So yeah, you're not going to like pull a fast one bias
Yeah.
here, guys.
I agree. I don't think the Padres at all are scared or intimidated. I think
No.
that's clear in watching these games, but they're going to have to win at a better clip in the second half of the year against LA. And truthfully, they just got to get to the postseason is what they need to do.
Yep.
And then we'll see what happens. Joseph, thank you, man, for the super. He says, just let the coaches or managers throw on gloves at this point. I mean, it would have been interesting if they weren't separated as quickly as they were. Because, I mean, Shildt was going after him for a long time. I mean, minutes. That's rarely seen. He could not be cooled down. Roberts couldn't be cooled down. I mean, that was minutes. That was minutes they were pointing and shoving and trying to get back at each other. That's you don't see that every day. You really don't. That level of vitriol between managers is not seen every single time bench is clear.
No, the Twitter hold on, let me see here. What is it? Yeah, the Dodgers Nation Twitter handle. Where was it? I mean, it's something we all know it, but they were just saying, I can't find it. It was along the lines of like them reporting, like talked to a couple of coaches today about the bad blood, and there's absolutely bad blood. They don't like the Padres at all, and you know. It's what we know. Like it's what we know, right?
Right.
But for but that's the point of like Dave acting like, why are you blaming us? Type of mentality, and that's the shit that's annoying. You know, Dave. Here's what should have happened. You say post game like, oh, I was so upset that Tatis got hit, and I don't want to see a player like
didn't
that
really
get
show
hit.
it.
You didn't. No, exactly. That's my point. Is like
you didn't go to Tatis.
Like, if you understood the moment and understood, oh shit, he just got hit again. You have no ground to stand on. None. At that point, you need to wear it and understand that their guy, we just hit him again. Even though it might not have been intentional. Okay. Now, again, when he puts out a guy trying to, make his major league debut here, probably amped up, and so he's probably not going to be a guy with a lot of command, right? But
and he didn't have command the inning before either. But
exactly.
but they set themselves up for that, and it is a bad look to your point. You take two of your stars out, and then you hit a Padres star after you had already taken your stars out, makes it even look worse. Again, if I'm Roberts, I'm with you. He's never going to be like, oh yeah, we fully. He just should have been like, yo, hands
like,
off.
I get it. I get it.
Debut. No intent, but I get it because it's happened too much. I get it. It's happened too much. No intent. Yeah. I get it. And he should have tried to diffuse it, but instead he ran right after Shildt. I mean, he flat out shoved him.
Flat out.
I expected some heated words. I did not expect contact like that between the managers. I would not be surprised at all if Dave Roberts was suspended. I just wouldn't. I don't think you can allow for it, truthfully. Every so often, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, Bogaerts, Vasquez, Kolek deserve their flowers this series. Nice seeing Xander and Cronenworth have a great game. Yeah, Cronenworth was terrific. Xander was terrific. Roberts is a performative, spoiled man-child. Kind of like that. Listen, the Padres pitching, no doubt. I thought Ryan Bogaerts was spectacular in this game, and I thought Xander and Cronenworth were terrific. Here tonight, I really did. And Xander setting the stage with an early home run. I mean, geez, we've been asking for it for forever. It was good to see at Dodger Stadium. Now we just need to see more. We just need to see more of it, please, from Xander and Cronenworth and from this offense moving forward.
Yeah. I thought Ryan Bogaerts was fantastic tonight. Randy Vasquez was good. Stephen Kolek was good. The one thing with those guys that you just hope doesn't come back to bite the Padres is they're not giving you enough length.
4 2/3. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you would like to see 5 2/3 instead of 4 2/3.
I agree completely.
Or 4 1/3. And that's the only thing that I can really, I guess, complain about, if that's even like a complaint. It's just something that I would like to see. And Shildt is trying to go for these games, and it's like they need to get more length. And I know it's against the Dodgers, so it's like we got to try to win these games. But like next week against the Washington Nationals, or whenever they play the Nationals,
oh god, they've been awful.
But like if next week against the Washington Nationals, you got Ryan Bergert out there and he's going through some trouble in the the 5th inning, like let him finish it. Get him to the 6th.
100%. You're going to have to do that more in the second half of the year. You're right.
Yeah.
Every so often, thank you, man, for the super guys. If you're here, subscribe. If you're here, thank you for the super chats. We'll get to all of them. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres win the finale that had crazy fireworks in the final couple of innings. Every so often saying, if Tatis is out, Lockridge will be the end of me. Please, no. I mean, no. Brandon Lockridge is not playing every day. They need Fernando Tatis Jr. They can't overcome a loss of Fernando Tatis Jr. for months, in my opinion. So no, we're not going to deal with that. Think good thoughts on Toddy, because they can't play Brandon Lockridge every day. Rocket, thank you. Says Scan said a post game. Teams need to stop pitching up and in with young guys. If you can't locate that pitch, don't even try it. Too many teams do it. Yeah, well said. Especially in a 5-0 game. Like, what are you trying to establish? Like, what do you just throw the ball over the plate, try to get outs? I mean, the Dodgers are treating the game like it's been decided. Just throw the ball over the plate, get some outs, pitch to contact. They're obsessed with pitching in on Tatis.
Well, that's the scouting. That is their game plan. Like it's pretty clear as day. Their game plan is up and into Tatis.
Yeah,
like pretty. I mean, on the hands. Don't let him get extended. And the problem is when you have like guys making their major league debut or a bunch of no-name relievers out there, and they know or they're thinking in their head, all right, game plan against Tatis, up and in on the hands. And then they try to execute that. They're not good enough to execute it well. And then they hit Tatis.
Right. Every time.
Every time. So yeah, I mean, it's just wild. I mean, it's just crazy, dude. It is wild that Tatis keeps getting hit. And now I'm very concerned because reading stuff more here about this scan. This is what Dennis just said a minute ago. X-rays on Fernando Tatis Jr. His right wrist were negative. Tatis said he's feeling not good, and the results were, quote, kind of inconclusive. Inconclusive, excuse me. He's scheduled for a CT scan and MRI tomorrow. I mean, dude, that is just the worst.
That's the worst thing.
Possible case scenario if you're a Padres fan.
And and again, it's like, this is not Fernando Tatis Jr.'s fault at all, but he can't afford to miss time. No. You know what I mean? And it's not his fault. Can't do anything about someone throwing at you. But yeah, that doesn't sound encouraging, at least in the short term. That doesn't sound like, hey, come Friday night against the Royals, you're going to see Fernando Tatis Jr. leading off. We might see a lineup change for the Padres tomorrow. And of course, Jackson Merrill's not eligible yet to come off this IL. Just in general, you could be down Merrill and Tatis potentially Friday night against KC. Shaka Kyle, thank you. He says, who does Jim charge at the office the way Shildt charged Roberts? Don't answer.
I don't charge anybody at the office. I love everybody.
Thank you, Shaka Kyle. Dave, appreciate you, man, for the super. He says, let's just bean Ohtani straight up. Inning 1 for Shilts and Giggles in 2 months. Hashtag Shilts and Giggles. Can you imagine the next time they meet? First batter of the game is Tatis. First batter of the game is Ohtani. And one of those two is hit. Imagine that.
Well, here's the thing. My guess is
that won't happen.
Not only will that not happen, there will be warnings issued before the series. That's my guess.
It's possible.
That's my guess. Because you now have an altercation with one manager, forearm shoving another manager. You have, 8 hitters in this series getting hit? And then, 3 in the last series? So that's 11? Or 2?
I forget. It's 10 or 11 this year, yeah. And 8 in the series.
10 or 11. I don't know the exact number. Baseball is probably going to issue warnings before first pitch. Which
part of me I don't want to see. Because I like the policing, and I also don't want the first batter of the game to get hit and some pitcher gets tossed and then it throws the whole series, out of whack. But I think you're probably right. That's a possibility. But I'd rather see it play out in real time than them warn before the game starts. Truthfully, Shaka Kyle, thank you. Says Jim, what Pokemon was Shildt tonight? Like what Pokemon character?
Oh man, it's a good one. Pokemon was he? How
about Pokemon?
I like Pokemon.
Was that a character?
No, Pokemon's like the name of like we're called humans.
Right.
Pokemon are called like Pokemon, like animals, and you know what I mean? Like a dog's an animal, but you don't call all animals like dogs. Like Pokemon is the name of
the race of like the human
race
race.
of yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. I think I'll go with like
Charizard.
No, like give me an angry Pokemon, like Machoke. Like he was
Machado.
a Machoke. No, he was Machoke he was Machoke tonight. And Dave Roberts was like Wigglytuff.
A Harv, thank you. For the Superman. He says flying to San Diego in July. If Nando's out, I'm hunting heads. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I understand that. I mean, everyone's going to lose their mind if Fernando Tatis Jr. goes on the IL. So let's see what we learn tomorrow. If Fernando Tatis Jr. goes on the IL, this whole story changes drastically for me. And maybe that's where it's heading based on some of the things you were just reading there. I pray that's not the case. I mean, they just can't afford that, man. And he can't afford it. But
this is a good one. Dave Roberts was Magikarp tonight, just flailing. He's just flailing around. Yeah, now the number one story tomorrow is the health of Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And I just go back to the quotes by Dave Roberts. Like, Dave, did you not expect Shildt to be pissed off? That's kind of wild to me. You're like, well, you know, we clearly didn't hit him on purpose, so I don't know why they're mad at us. Like, are you serious, Dave? Like, you got to be trolling, bro. You have to know that they're going to be pissed off. And Shildt didn't charge at you. I mean, he just threw.
No, he kind of stopped. He didn't get all the way to the Dodger dugout.
No, but he threw a couple MFers at your way. And you know what? If you want to throw a couple MFers his way, fine. But don't go fucking charging Shildt like you did. That's such a bitch move. And then backing away after you forearm shoving, like, give me a break, dude. And then it's funny because, you know, the sport is very, you know, testosterone based.
Yeah. Tough guy.
And, you know, that tough guy. That's what all sports are, right? Every sport's like tough guy sport. And then you got these two old dudes
like
trying to fight each other out there. Like, that's just give me a break.
I know. And they've taken like benches clearing brawls. They've kind of taken out of the game a little bit. It's rare you see like punches. I mean, it'll happen. But I mean, it used to happen way more. But you're right. It was kind of bizarre. By the way, Jack Harris, who covers the Dodgers.
Yeah. I know. I'm just seeing this.
Yeah. Did he? This is to Dave Roberts. It was posed. Did he think the Padres crossed the line hitting Ohtani 3-0 in the bottom half of the ninth inning? The quote is, that's their decision. And Major League Baseball is going to have to look at that. That's after warnings were issued. Bro, have to look at what? The first thing they're looking at is the broken hand you caused.
Mm-hmm.
Not the freaking nobody cares Ohtani waved off hit by pitch.
They might also
fine.
They also might be looking at that forearm shove you gave to Mike Shildt.
Yeah, they might want to look at those two things first. They might want to look at Tatis's hand and your forearm shove before they look at an Ohtani hit by pitch they didn't even care about and said, move on, and went over to the Padres dugout basically saying, like, I completely get it. I mean, you can't hit Fernando Tatis Jr. every game. I mean, there's going to be repercussions. Padres fan, thank you, man. He says, let's refer to Roberts as drive-by Dave from now on. The coward bumps Shildt and then runs behind the scrum. Yeah, that was really weird. That was so weird, man. It was like, who did Tyson fight?
Fought a lot of guys.
No, the most recent one that we all watched on like Netflix.
Jake Paul.
It was that he didn't even approach him. He was just like dodging and just staying on his feet. That reminded me of Roberts tonight. Like, you do the forearm shiver and then where did you go? And then all of a sudden he was like behind like 50 people.
Like, oh man, dude, I can't even imagine being that guy of like getting in someone's face and then just giving them a tap and then be like, come on, bro. Like, that's what Dave did tonight.
It was ridiculous. It was
like if you want to get in someone's face and just cuss him out, go for it. But don't get in someone's face, give him a shove, and then move back, and then cuss him out while you're moving backwards. Like, that's such a bitch move.
Yeah, what were the hands? Who was saying like meet me outside?
That was Dave.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. What do you mean meet me outside? We're right here. Like you were just face to face before you hid behind your 50 staff members. Meet me outside. Give me a break. We're going to get back to the Supers in a moment, guys. Get to Petco tomorrow night, and you can do that. And you can take $20 off your tickets with our friends over at SeatGeek. We've hooked you guys up with this great ticket offer. Use the promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You're getting $20 off your tickets at SeatGeek. Your first order of $50 or more. That's right, $20 off your first purchase with promo code PODSWRAP. Just click the link in the description, download the app, have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. And we do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. Listen, you can get in tomorrow night. Padres back home, Star Wars weekend, Bobby Witt, Kansas City. And you can get in right now, let's see, 300 level, $70. I think you could have gotten in yesterday for less. Here we go. Tickets for $62. Take $20 off, by the way. So 2 tickets, $120. Take $20 off. That's $100. These prices include fees. So use the promo code. Click that link in the description down below. Get to Petco this weekend. And thank you to our friends at SeatGeek for that offer for our viewers.
And with SeatGeek being MLB's official ticket marketplace, your tickets are instantly fulfilled once you download them, or once you purchase them, just use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for $20 off your first SeatGeek order.
All right, let's get back to some of these super chats. Reacting to a Padres win in Los Angeles that includes multiple ejections, including Robert Suarez.
Yeah.
Yuki Matsui, his first career save. That thing was dicey as hell in the 9th inning. We haven't even discussed how wild that 9th inning was.
God, they freaking won that
to
game.
The point that it was a single away from a tie, and it was a 3-2 pitch that he eventually ended the game on with a strikeout. But just a bizarre finish to tonight. Eduardo, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, if Fernando is out for a long time, Robert should be suspended until Fernando recovers. I hope Fernando's okay. I'm so livid right now that I can't go to sleep. I mean, honestly, it hasn't sunk into me, Jim, the idea that Fernando Tatis Jr. could be hurt. Like, I'm still just reacting to how all this played out, and I'm not yet, my body hasn't accepted the idea of Tatis being hurt, because I won't accept it, because if Tatis actually is hurt, it's now changed the complexion of the Padres season. And like, I just can't allow that to go through my mind right now after watching what I just watched. So, I mean, I think I'm being probably a little like negligent to the fact that maybe Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to miss some time here. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just assuming that's not going to be the case, even though maybe it's going to be the case. I haven't even allowed my mind to wrap around the idea of Fernando Tatis Jr. missing 2 months because of what happened tonight.
I'm right there with you. I
like, what?
Like, you almost, like, when you're talking about this stuff, you're kind of like, oh shit, that's Tatis could be seriously hurt. And I'm just thinking, the words by Manny, like, that's, translation, it's on site next time they see the Dodgers, but they don't see the Dodgers for 2 more months. And they're going to have to play other baseball teams in those 2 months. They're not playing the Dodgers for the next 70 games. And so how are they going to regroup, and how are they going to manage if Tatis does miss some time here with an injury, and you just knock on wood that he's okay? Like, that's the last thing anybody wants if you're a Padres fan, is for Tatis to be seriously hurt. If he misses a couple days, okay, but that has to be it. He can't miss significant time. It can't be like found a crack or like found a hamate. Like, you can't lose Tatis. Can't.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, a broken bone in the hand, and you're absolutely screwed, no matter what the bone is.
Yep.
And it's one of those things that you can't do anything about other than hope that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Henchrick, thank you, man. He says, Dave Roberts earned the save by emptying the bench. Need to start trusting Vasquez and Berger to get out of jams in the 5th inning. Hashtag LFGSD. No, I don't want to give Dave Roberts. I feel like the Padres are winning this game regardless of the way the Dodgers treated the final few innings. I really do. So I don't want to give like Roberts credit for the Padres winning this game. I just think it's like so soft the way he manages. Like the way the Dodgers play 162, like, oh, well, we're going to be we're going to let our pitchers come back in the second half of the year. And if we're down a few runs, it's only, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, I hate that managerial style. I really do. I like going for it. But I get it. They fought a bet in the postseason. I get it. They're going to be in the postseason. I can't do anything about that. I can kick and scream about the Dodgers. They're in the postseason. It doesn't even matter. I guarantee it. They're in the playoffs. So they treat it differently. And I don't like that. But I can't do anything about it. But I mean, they don't treat it like every game matters the way a team that's fighting to get into the postseason like San Diego is going to treat it. Because I just don't see Mike Shildt punting. And I've seen Dave Roberts punt twice in 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, you like to see the game played the right way.
Yeah.
But they get the last laugh always. And until it changes, those fuckers can do whatever they want.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's hard to go further than that. I agree. Rick, thank you, man. He says Roberts shoved Andy Green back in 2019. He thought he could do it again. He can go play in traffic. Well, Los Angeles would be the right place to do that.
Yeah, a lot of traffic there. But yeah, it's crazy that Dave Roberts has now shoved 2 Padres managers. 2. And both times he shoved Padres managers, it was him ending up behind a wall of people yelling at that manager. Twice. And if you remember when he shoved Andy looked at him like, "What the fuck are you? What are you doing?" And Dave immediately, "Hold me back, bro. Hold me back." Same thing tonight. He goes up to Shildt, gives him a little forearm, and then immediately he's hold me back guy. If you didn't want things to escalate, Dave, then maybe you don't go out there and be a bitch. I
completely agree. I mean, I'm just watching it back. I know you've watched it back, and I'm just watching. Like, if Roberts was so worried about Tatis, why did he not even? He didn't even look towards Tatis. He wasn't worried about Tatis. He didn't even acknowledge Tatis.
Nah.
There's no recognition of Tatis at all.
Now, again, there's a lot of bad blood here. So from that standpoint, I understand if someone's MFing you, are you really going to be like, yeah, I get it. It's fine.
Get it. Right.
But you also, like, Dave can't do it. He can't be the bigger man. Like, he always has to stoop to that level, and he always has to try to, like, I don't know, whatever. But, like, in that moment, what just happened was like,
it's ridiculous.
Like that can't happen again. It can't happen again, and it happened again.
Yeah.
And so at that moment, you got to know, like, all right, I'm gonna have to wear this. I hope Tatis is fine, but I'm not going to escalate this thing because now I'm putting my guy in danger because I know that they're not going to take this shit anymore. And it's exactly what happened. Suarez, he went down 3-0 to Ohtani, and he said, "Fuck it," and he just uncorked 100 miles an hour on him, as he should. That's the way the game is policed, guys. If you don't know that's how baseball works, it's how baseball works.
And that's why I'm hoping the next time they play, there's not warnings before the games. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it policing itself. But we'll see. Ruben, appreciate you, man, for the super chat. He says another $280 million for Xander. Bullying works. I saw he said post game on field. He said F it. Like, sometimes you just got to say F it. I just saw that in my timeline. Xander, sometimes you just need to say F it. And I think he said fuck it. So maybe he's just realized, like, sometimes you try too hard. Like, you're just trying too hard. And at some point, you just got to, I don't know, change your approach. And maybe that's happened here. I mean, there's still a lot of time left this year. Am I fully optimistic that everything's changed based on these 2 games? No, I have to be honest. I'm not. I don't think everything is fixed. But I would love to be proven wrong, and I hope he can do this over a prolonged period of time, and that includes with power, which is something we've seen the last couple of days, the doubles and now the home run. But he's going to have to show it to us for a long period of time. Today was very encouraging. Last night was very encouraging. Let's just hope it continues.
And you know how you said this multiple times. You know what we're gonna get as soon as Xander has a great game. You're gonna get the see. I told you. Apologize to Xander, like being serious about it. Yeah. Calm down. Okay. 1 game does not make a season. but one game could turn into a good stretch.
Yeah, definitely.
Could. And until it happens, don't be that guy that pumps your fists and pounds your chest of being like, see, I told you so. Like, don't be that guy. You don't have any legs to stand on with what Xander's done in a Padres uniform, okay? After one game. Like, talk to me after he does this for a month. In a meaningful month, by the way. Not a September when they're 10 games out. In a July or August when they're in the thick of it. Then you can talk your shit. But until he does that, stop. Don't be that guy. And I know there's going to be guys tomorrow that will be those people, or even tonight. But just take it for what it is, which was this was a great night by Xander Bogaerts, an amazing night by Xander Bogaerts, probably one of his best nights that I can remember in a Padres uniform by Xander. He looked like vintage Red Sox Xander tonight, and in his last at bat last night to tie the game up there in the ninth inning. And you hope that it turns into a month-long stretch where he looks like this Xander. And all I've seen from today and yesterday was, well, his advanced metrics look great. Well, his production doesn't. Okay. So until his production meets his advanced metrics, like, shut up. And hopefully this was the start, and tonight was a great night.
Yeah, that's really well said. Yeah, I mean, it's encouraging is what it is, but it is only one game, and these seasons are way too long to get overly excited or overly pessimistic based on one game. He raised his batting average. He's hitting 239. He's raised his OPS 653. I mean, it's still 653. So he's got a lot of work to do. This is an amazing point from Ballpark Pretzel. I didn't even contemplate. I'll be honest. I haven't even contemplated what this means.
And Manny will be on that team. Holy shit.
Quotes. He's, if not for potentially whatever injury he has, potentially he's on that team. Machado's 1,000% on that team. Robert Suarez and Shohei Ohtani might be teammates on that team. Maybe. So you got Dave Roberts managing the National League in the All-Star game. And you got Manny Machado starting at third. And apparently Dave Roberts and Manny Machado haven't spoken since game 3, game 4, whatever it was, the NLDS last year. So that's a bizarre situation if I've ever heard of one.
That's a great point there, Ballpark Pretzel. Yeah, because if Tatis is hurt and Manny's thrown out, like, you better pray, like, light a candle and pray to your God that Fernando's okay, or else
Machado's going to knock him out. And Machado's going to throw the ball at his own National League manager like he did in the NLDS.
And this time he won't miss.
Yeah, exactly. This time he's going to knock him out. Ruben says happy 619 day. That's right. 619 day is a win.
13 minutes.
What's that?
For another 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's 11:47. You're right. It's about to be 620. The sandwich, appreciate you, man. He says you hate to see it. If Tatis is injured, he'll only stray further from pre-2022 production. They just can't. I'm telling you right now, you just got to cross your fingers. Fernando Tatis Jr. cannot be out with a broken hand because of tonight. Because if he is, that is just so, that's just so awful. Like, that is just the worst. And it goes back to the last laugh conversation. What is it to the Dodgers?
Nothing.
What is it to the Dodgers if Fernando Tatis Jr. misses 12 weeks with a broken hand?
It only benefits them. It's like, oopsie, and then they don't think twice about it. I don't think. Do you think that any Dodger player tomorrow is gonna be like, "Hey, did you see if Tatis is okay or not?" Do you think Dave Roberts tomorrow is gonna wake up and like be like, "Hey, I need to find out if Tatis is okay or not"?
Yeah, let me text him. Don't be texting nobody, Dave. Okay.
No
texting. Don't be texting any Padre. Okay. And Dodger players. Don't go texting the Padres. Don't go setting up podcasts for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay?
Fuck off with that podcast, Mookie.
Delete the freaking phone numbers for the season, guys. Enough.
What do you, speaking of Mookie's podcast?
Yeah.
You know who's like probably so pissed off right now?
Who?
Jackson Merrill.
Because he just went on the podcast like a week ago?
No. That he's just not there with. No, yeah, because he's not there with his boys.
I did think that.
and you know how big of a like
Oh,
great teammate he is, and I'm being dead serious. Like
Mhm.
he's kind of like he has that Shildt mentality, but in like he actually plays baseball. Like Shildt never played baseball at a professional level, but like Merrill does, and he's really fucking good. I'm just like, do you think Merrill was like screaming at his
oh, he's
television?
screaming. He probably like his girlfriend's like holding him back, like from the television, probably. I
Dude,
mean,
oh man.
that thing was. Again, we watch this every single night. Everyone here, we're watching baseball every single night. You still don't know what you're gonna get when you turn on the TV. You know what I mean? Like you just,
Yeah.
like you said, you're going about your business. They take their starters out. It's 5-0. The game's over. And then no, it's actually just getting started. Like the highlight of the game actually was after the game was quote unquote over. Um, Mark says y'all make a big deal out of this. LOL. Big deal. A big deal. There's 1,000
Big deal.
people here at midnight.
Let me
A
ask you
big
this, Mark.
deal.
Let me ask you this, Mark.
This guy might be on the IL.
I want you to use your brain, and I want you to flip the situation here, where if what happened to the
Ohtani's
Padres
hitting, yeah.
tonight for Tatis happened to Ohtani, I want you to flip it, and then I want you to then think about what your reaction would be, and I guarantee you, Mark, that your reaction would be way, way, way worse than ours right now.
Yeah, we've been fairly
Guaranteed.
measured. I mean,
Guarantee it.
yeah.
If the roles were reversed, this chat would be filled with Dodger fan rage. Guarantee it. And I don't think we've even gotten close to like being, over the line with our reaction.
Not even close, man. How about this? And thank you, Mark, even though you disagree with us. We have a quote from Fernando Tatis Jr.
I saw
This
this.
is from Andy Hobron. Toddy on whether tonight's hit by pitch was intentional. He said, "For me, it wasn't in the moment, but I mean, how many times they hit me already? Everybody knows enough, and enough is enough." And again, I'm on the team. I'm on that team. I'm on the. It doesn't matter about the intent. Like it's like if you end up killing someone, it's still manslaughter, even if there wasn't intent. Like you still killed someone, you're still liable. Maybe that's an extreme version of what played out here today. This guy who is making his major league debut, do I think he's part of some grand scheme? Truthfully,
No.
I probably not. But do I think he was capable of pitching to the game plan, to your point, on Tatis, which was pitching up and in on him without hurting him or hitting him? No, he wasn't. So again, at the end of the day, they're liable. Regardless of their intent, there's a liability. Mark knows more about this than I do because he does insurance.
Mhm.
But they're liable for their actions regardless of intent. That's the point. And Tatis made the point. Tatis doesn't think it was intentional. It sounded like we both heard Mike Shildt. It didn't sound like Mike Shildt was saying there was intent. I know it. He actually backed away from that. And Roberts is probably right, where he's like, there's not intent. But that's not the point. The point is the point, which is Tatis has been hit too much. And if he misses any time because of this, nobody's to blame other than LA.
100%. Like, as we've said to start the show, it doesn't matter anymore if there's intent or there's not. If a guy gets hit, especially a Tatis, it's on. It's on. We're past the point of trying to dissect if a guy got hit on purpose or not. Both ways.
Yep.
Both ways.
Yeah.
And especially with
I
Tatis.
think Ohtani was on purpose.
Ohtani was 1,000% on purpose. And as it should be. It's an eye for an eye in this situation going forward.
Exactly.
That's how this thing works. All right. This happened too much. This is, as they've said, from multiple people in that clubhouse, enough's enough. All right. I don't care if you hit him on purpose or not. And even if you didn't, I don't care. You're still getting one in the back like Ohtani just got. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be pissed off about Tatis getting hit. And that's where the Dave Roberts thing is. He's so fucking clueless, is that he's trying to like jam this idea home that, we didn't hit him on purpose. We didn't hit him on purpose. It doesn't matter anymore, Dave. It's just like the fucking 8th time or some crazy number that you've hit Tatis as a baseball team. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. You hit him. and you have to face the consequences. And unfortunately for Ohtani, your best player, he got one in the back tonight, 100 in the back. That's what happens. That's how baseball is.
Yeah, it's been going on for 150 years. It has. Let's get back to the supers, but first we do want to remind you about these MOVA globes. Hey, we can all agree on this. You all want a globe, no matter who you root for.
Imagine this thing hitting you in the wrist.
Yeah, exactly. Use the promo code PWS10 and get 10% off. That's PWS10, and you get 10% off one of these puppies. These are terrific gift ideas for the baseball fan in your life. They're officially licensed by Major League Baseball. They don't just have the Padres, they have all 30 Major League teams. Click the link in the description down below. Support our partner, MOVA Globes. They have other globes as well that aren't MLB globes, but terrific product. Awesome for a home or work office. Use the promo code, get 10% off. That's PWS10 by clicking the link in the description down below. They spin automatically, no artificial or natural light, no cords, no wires. Terrific, terrific products and a great gift idea for a baseball fan.
Yeah, pick up a MOVA Globe today. If you're a Padres fan, hell, if you're a Dodgers fan, use our promo code. Go ahead. They have a MOVA Globe for you as well. Pick one up and add to the collection, add to the bookshelf. Pretty sweet. So buy a MOVA Globe today. Use our promo code PWS10.
Let's get back to these supers, guys. Subscribe if you are here, and thank you for the super chats. Click the $sign below the chat box. Spicy Mayo says, LA Dodger fan here. Great series, fun games, but too much thrown pitches at players. What you think of players and fans still trying to say it's not a rivalry? I think it's comical. That's how I truly feel. I think it's comical.
If you didn't think that this is, if you thought that this is not a rivalry after tonight, still, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I mean, these teams hate each other. Maybe hate's a strong word. They dislike each other. They don't like each other, and they know, especially the Padres, they know if they want to get to where they want to go, they have to go through the team on in the other dugout, right? And that's how it was last year with the Dodgers. They knew Padres are the best team because all they did in the offseason was talk about how great the Padres were. So they knew the only way we're going to get to where we want to go is getting to the Padres. And then even that series was spicy where Dave had to, run to his boy Ken Rosenthal to concoct this crazy elaborate idea that this sinister sling by Manny Machado and how he feared for his life. It's like, give me a break, dude. And you know what? Unfortunately, once again, he got the last laugh because it worked out in his favor. So, and if it didn't work, he might be fired, honestly. Like, if they didn't beat the Padres last year, he might have been fired.
I mean, when they were down 2-1, people were talking about his job. A lot of you Dodger fans in here were talking about his job at that point. Cody, thank you, man, for the super. He says, get Mark. We're talking about Mark Nimitz, who did the reverse jinx on Bogaerts by rubbing his bobblehead, like his head on the bobblehead. He said, "Get Mark an X-wing bobblehead, make him rub it." It is Xander Bogaerts' X-wing bobblehead weekend at Petco Park. I don't know what that is going to mean, but hopefully it means a good weekend for Xander at the plate. I do not know, but I'm hoping. Victor, thank you, man. He says, Padres get the win on 6-1-9 LFGSD. It is June 19th for another 3 minutes. Thank you to the sandwich who says also everybody like the stream. Yeah, can we agree on that? Just like the stream, no matter who you root for. Please like the stream and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, sandwich. Adrian, appreciate you. He says, love game for X. Quote unquote fans, stop with nasty DMs. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's no room for that. Like, you shouldn't be writing him fan mail and saying how much he sucks. You shouldn't be knocking on his door. And listen, he's gone through it. We didn't even talk about that, Jim. We didn't, because it was after our wrap-up show yesterday. What he had to say to the media, which was like, there's been so few good moments and I could barely even enjoy it because we ended up losing in walk-off fashion. I'm paraphrasing. That was kind of like a good look inside the psyche of Xander Bogaerts here heading into tonight, that it's been tough. I get it. We can imagine. But
we've been very critical of Xander. So
we've been critical. But I don't think he's been necessarily reacting to what we've been saying, but I get it. It's a tough job, but he's asked to perform, and clearly he's been going through it, Jim. I mean, he absolutely mentally, it has impacted him, and maybe tonight is a step in the right direction, not just at the plate, but mentally for Xander as well. And maybe that is something that hopefully plays a role in his, reverse of the course of his season, hopefully his improvement from here on out.
Yeah, and like, look, while we've been extremely critical of Xander Bogaerts, not one time can I remember us saying, "Yeah, I want him to fail."
Right.
Like that's never happened. We are discussing and giving our opinion of what we've seen of Xander on the field. So, like, to me, it's pretty much all fair because the numbers don't match up to the contract. But not one time can I remember ever being like, you know what? I hope this player fails for the Padres. I hope they strike out here. I hope they go 0 for 15. No, that's the last thing that we want. You know, we want to cover and talk about a winning baseball team. We want to cover and talk about a good Xander Bogaerts. And we know it's tough. It is obviously tough, but it's really hard to sympathize with the guy making $26 million a year, struggling at a sport. Right. So,
100%.
so like when he does well, we tell you. And when he doesn't do well, we tell you.
Yeah,
and tonight
exactly.
was a fantastic night by Xander.
We might have to apologize to Eric Hosmer. He was right. Maybe was worse. Maybe Hosmer's contract is worse.
I hope that is the case because his Hosmer's gone and Xander's here forever.
Bogaerts thing is a way bigger problem in the here and now because there's 8 years after this year. So yeah, we better hope that Xander turns into Xander sooner rather than later. Richard, thank you, man. He says he's a Dodger fan, longtime supporter of this channel. He says both fan bases hate another, both teams hate another, both managers and benches acted accordingly. Pitching inside is part of the game, but if you can't control that pitch, then there's a price to pay. I think it's a good way to look at it. I mean, there's a lot of built-up animosity, right? This is like a lightning rod moment. Like a lot led to this. This wasn't opening day, okay? Although I think it could have played out like this if the same thing happened, Tatis no Tani or hit. But there's a lot that goes into this 2024, even a lot of the past into the present. Yeah, I expected it. You said it earlier in the week. If more of this continues, then you're going to see benches clear, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, look, both fan bases are. I mean, everything is like all the way up to 10. Like it is ratcheted up to 10. And personally, I love it. I love it. This is what the sport needs. This is what I love to cover. You know, games that matter between two good teams that hate each other. Like that just makes that makes the sport more fun to watch. You don't want to watch and like the podcast stuff, like that shit's annoying. I don't want to see that. Like, if you guys want to be boys behind closed doors, go be boys behind closed doors, but don't go into your podcasts and then debut these podcasts during the series in the season. Because it's just, I just don't like that look, dude. And I like when teams don't like each other. I like it. It just makes things feel more important. So yeah.
I'm with you. Shaka Kyle, thank you again. He says, John, you spent 35 years in the minors. How does a code red get called in discreetly without the cameras noticing? Well, it's the easiest thing in the world to execute.
You just give them a look.
I mean, it's exactly what I was going to say. It's a look. It's a signal. I mean, baseball is a game of signals, first of all. And secondly, there's certain circumstances where it's clear as day. And by the way, they can talk about some of these things beforehand. These conversations can occur in clubhouses about what you're going to do with Fernando Tatis Jr. or if Tatis is hit, what they're going to do to Shohei Ohtani, vice versa stuff. So It's very simple. It's been going on for 150 years. Cameras haven't taken that out of the sport. So it goes on in the minor leagues too. It goes on at all levels of the sport of professional baseball. But again, I don't think you see as many quote unquote brawls as you used to see. And you don't see the benches clear with the same amount of regularity. Sergio, thank you, man, for the super. He says, why did I have a sick feeling that something was going to happen between Roberts and Shildt prior to that inning? Hopefully Tatis is okay. Padres better be motivated after the series. My mind always goes there. Like sometimes you need those games to like recognize what you're playing for, you know, the team you have behind you. I hate using the turning point term, but it would be nice to see them play well out of this. That's just the point. They won a game. They didn't win a series. Can they use this as motivation or something that inspires them to play better into the All-Star break? I have no idea if that's going to happen. They have the possibility of doing it because they have 16 home games coming up and 22 games overall. So just use this and parlay it into a good stretch of baseball moving forward. Let's see if they can do it.
Yeah, as long as Tatis is okay, maybe this is like the spark they needed. You know? And if Tatis is hurt, then it's like, well, throw that out the window because now everybody's pissed off and you just lost one of your best players. Even though he hasn't homered in like forever. But still, I really do think, and I like, even if they lost tonight, which I'm glad they didn't, and I'm glad they won the way they did. These next 22 games are so important. They are so important because you got 16 of 22 at home, and you have to hold serve at home. Like I'm talking like 11-5 type of stuff at home, 10-6 at the worst.
Yeah, I agree.
And that would mean you have to play some good baseball. So yeah, I hope it does. I hope it motivates them. I hope that they come home and they play, good baseball. And oh, by the way, Jackson Merrill might return this weekend, so that's good news.
What day? That feels like forever ago. What day is he eligible to come off? Sunday?
Well, last Sunday was his first day on the IL. So yeah, this Sunday. This Sunday.
So game 3 against Kansas City is the first day he's eligible. We'll see if he comes off or not.
Right.
Is this a real? Okay, JD's third. Thank you for your support. You're always here, and we appreciate the supers. But what are we asking here? How will the Padres be viewed now by Japanese players and their country? After a time, come on, man. Come on.
Stop. What are you doing?
Come on.
Man,
image. What? Come on. Stop. I cannot go.
Not at 12:05 on a Thursday night.
We can't.
Stop. Move on.
Roki Sasaki didn't choose LA because Ohtani got hit twice.
Yeah.
James, thank you. He says, I like the slug from Arise getting that triple. Yeah, rip the ball down the right field line. Arise, I don't, yesterday, what do you have? 3 hits? Yeah, he's going at it. Again, he hasn't been the 320 hitter we've seen at times, but, he's been effective at times. We need to see more from Luis Arise in this struggling offense. But, yeah, tonight was about Cronenworth and Bogaerts offensively.
100%. Frankly, it was pretty much all about for Bogaerts for me.
It's
Bogaerts is, if you're just taking away all the bullshit that happened in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Bogaerts is the number one story, not even close.
No doubt. That's all we would have talked about today if this never happened.
Yeah.
Luke, appreciate you, man. He says Dodgers are the Hawks from the Mighty Ducks.
You never watched that movie, huh?
Not once.
God.
Is that like the party animals against the Savannah Bananas? Is that a good analogy?
I have no idea what you're talking about there, though.
Well, party animals are like, is it like the Washington Generals against the Harlem Globetrotters?
No, because the Globetrotters always beat the Washington Generals. So I guess maybe, but like.
So wait, do the Hawks always beat the Mighty Ducks?
Not always, but like that's their rival, bro.
Yeah, so it's like Savannah Bananas and the party animals.
Sure.
And the Globetrotters and the Washington. I get it. The Washington Generals never win. Fuji, thank you. Saying Manny's trying to avoid the quote unquote dirty player spotlight for Major League Baseball. I won't be surprised if he snaps and throws hands. Dude brewing with rage, I bet. He's been more mild mannered, in my opinion, as he's aged, at least in San Diego. Like there haven't been that many crazy moments. How many crazy moments on field have there been with Manny in his 7 years? I mean, one that was fake, the whole sinister sling, that was fake. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Manny gets a bad rap from earlier in his career.
It's the thing with Pedroia and then the thing in the NLCS.
So long ago.
It's just gonna follow him forever. And what people don't realize is like, oh, people actually mature as they get older. People like don't understand that concept of like, oh, I can change my ways and I can mature. People don't understand that. They just think that they're the same person for your entire life.
I mean, he's. I like how honest he is. I've always said that he's so transparent. He just says it how it is. He's just manny. I like that. I just feel like it's who he is. I think he's become more mild mannered. Truthfully, he's still, he can get hot, and he says it like it is with the media. I respect it. Rob, thank you. He says Major League Baseball needs to send a message to suspend both managers.
I tell you this: if Shildt gets suspended, then Dave Roberts better get suspended.
I mean, he followed up. I mean, I'm not advocating for this, but I could actually see this. What he's saying: Roberts gets 2, Shildt gets 1.
I can see that.
Time to cool it for. What is that? Hold on.
Someone in your house? Dave Roberts in your house?
Is it raining?
Who cares?
I do, because I hear something.
Okay.
Time to cool it, or a full brawl will be next. I don't know if there'll be a full brawl.
But I'm interested to now. Again, I don't want Tatis to be injured like at all. But if God forbid he is, I'm interested to see the Padres' reaction and what Manny said tonight. Like, what's that going to mean?
I know, but what are you going to do?
I know. I don't know.
What options are there? Like, go
on their off day, like go to Dodger Stadium and like fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no option. I mean, that's the problem. Fuji, thank you. LA fans who say this isn't a rival are probably the same fans who root for Raiders and Lakers, who also taunt former San Diego Chargers and Clippers team.
Don't bring the Chargers in here. No one cares about that team.
Head. That's too much for my head to handle. But thank you for the super. What's up, Carlos? Carlos in the chat. What does he have here? X still not forgiven. Ohtani hit to head. F Dodgers.
Well, no, not hit to head. Not hit to head. But I do agree that there's still a long ways to go for Xander Bogaerts. It's got to be more than one game. And yes, I agree. F the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, X has so much work to do, and I don't advocate to hit players in the head. I get it, but that's not me. Does anyone have gum? Thank you for the super. Says, I'm sure you've already addressed this, but you don't believe Little intentionally hit Tatis, right? Right. I mean, my personal opinion is I don't think it was with intent, and I don't even care. I still think the response was appropriate considering the fact that he was hit regardless of intent.
Correct. There should be no discussion about was it intentional or not. It doesn't matter. The fact is he got hit. That's all that matters. And so, there should be no conversation at all about discussing whether someone thinks that was intentional or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He got hit. That's all that matters. And
I mean, I see Carlos, who's got more supers, like commenting in the chat. He thinks there was intent. I mean, the reason I say is Tatis said he didn't think there was intent, and Shildt said post game he wasn't concerned with intent.
And you shouldn't care if there was intent or not. The only thing you should care about is like he got hit.
We can never know intent because that's inside someone's head,
right?
So we never will truly know. HBBV, thank you, man, for the super. It says Dave was bullied in Vista. That's why he retaliates. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, Dave might have to move, truthfully. Carlos, thank you, man. Again, he says, you want to fight and be like old Yankees? Own it. Roberts always with the excuses. If Tatis has broken bone, pay back against Ohtani or bets. Bush League. I mean, my first reaction was Bush League. So I think it was Bush League completely. I don't know how you retaliate, Jim. They don't meet again for 2 months. So I don't know what that even looks like.
I don't know either. I really don't. And the only thing they can do is just be really, 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 really mad.
Be really mad and play really well and maybe put some pressure on LA. In the West, he followed up by saying, this FR season, we saw Tatis out, it's over. I mean, if Tatis is out, like I know he hasn't homered in 20 games and I know he's been going through it, but he's still been quasi-productive at the plate. It's just their offense isn't good enough with him. So imagine their offense without him. Like that's why my brain is not wrapping around the possibility of Tatis missing time. I'm probably an idiot for that. I'm not allowing it to enter. I mean, it's entered my mind, but I'm not fully grasping it.
And you would think like eventually he was going to start hitting home runs again, right?
I mean, he has to.
So yeah, this could, I'm not going to say like this is the worst case scenario because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. But
this is hilarious. I am bottled. They got to pay another team to hit Ohtani. It's World War III.
Who do the Dodgers play next? Who do they play next?
Creative. Yeah, just text their manager. Who do they play?
They play the Washington Nationals.
Perfect. McKenzie.
You think they still have Mackenzie Gore's number?
Perfect.
Is he pitching in this series? Hold on. Mackenzie Gore's pitching tomorrow night against Clayton Kershaw at Dodger Stadium. Perfect. Hey, Mackenzie, bro. You still have a couple Dodger or you have a couple Padres like jerseys hanging around, right?
Hey, we'll Venmo you. What's your Venmo?
Yeah. We got your contact stuff, right?
Rocket, thank you, says the scuffle reminded me of Green versus Roberts. Yeah, we talked about that briefly earlier, going back, but yep. And then the Slick Wreck 074 saying, went to Tuesday's game. Classless Dodger fans tried to fight me with his young daughter holding his hand. That's absurd.
That's why I just don't like going to Dodger Stadium. It's not all Dodger fans.
No, of course not.
I'm not putting every single Dodger fan in this category, but it's just for the most part in certain areas of Dodger Stadium, it's not safe if you're an opposing fan. It's just not all of the stadium, but in some parts, basically in the bleachers, it's just not safe if you're openly rooting for like the Padres or if you're a Giants fan. It's just not safe.
Yeah, no, that's I ain't going there with my son. I promise you that. No. I'm not going there with myself, truthfully. Guys, a reminder, Underdog Fantasy, best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. Use promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You're getting a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a free gimme pick. Believe it or not, we get a game 7 in the NBA Finals on Sunday night. So you can play the pick'ems there with Shea and Halliburton. And then, of course, you can combine it with Major League Baseball, including the Padres back at Petco finally tomorrow. Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Padres. It's hard right now for me to take Tatis to homer since we don't even know if he's going to play, but I'll take him to homer anyway. And you could take Machado as well. And if all those things happen, $10 pays $484. And by the way, you don't even have to get them all right. By flexing it, you can still win huge money. So play along. It's a great, great place to play. Underdog Fantasy couldn't be easier, couldn't be more simple, and you can win huge money, like 50 times your money in a single night. I think up to 500 times your money, truthfully, in a single night. So use that promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP, get the 50% deposit match and the free gimme pick.
Yep. And scan the QR code right here to download Underdog Fantasy right now. Use our promo code PADSWRAP. Start playing. Get ready for Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday night. I'm exhausted and I didn't even do anything tonight.
Let's do this again tomorrow on John and Jim. All right. Join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. San Diego Sports 760, iHeartRadio app, and find our John and Jim YouTube channel because we will react to it all for 4 hours. And Kevin Acee will join us as well. We will look back on Thursday night. We'll look ahead to Friday night against the Royals. And by Friday night, I mean tonight, because the game is technically later tonight since it's 12:20 right now. But we have you covered all day long tomorrow, 2 p.m. Join us. Be there. San Diego Sports 760, iHeartRadio app, and on YouTube, search for John and Jim, and then join us tomorrow night for a wrap-up show. Before we get out of here, HBBV says, Merrill boys with gnats from miners, LA's polluted dump. Thank you, HBBV, for that very, very well-stated super chat. He is boys with, I guess, some of the guys that were traded. That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance and Hamul Casino and Mova Globes and SeatGeek and Underdog. Subscribe to this channel. Who else is giving you live or replayed content? But who else is live on whatever day it is at midnight or 12:30? So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, please like it. If you're not following us on social, please do it. At John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. And those of you that are here on replay, we thank you for those super thanks as well. Oh, by the way, Padres won tonight. They beat the Dodgers 5-3. Everything's fixed.
They won a game in the series.
We'll catch up tomorrow too. And then tomorrow night on the wrap-up show for Jim, I'm John. Thanks, guys.